Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
MHC isn't new, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can also handle your commercial moves as well. There's never fees on trucks, stairs, elevators, long carry, and last-minute booking, and no trip or fuel charges. Also no upcharge on weekends, and they do offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Make bill paying a breeze with Text to Pay. LES texts you 1 week before your bill's due date. Just reply to the text to pay. It's that easy. Log into your account at les.com to sign up today.
Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
MHC isn't new, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered. Specializing in home, apartments, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can also handle your commercial moves as well. There's never fees on trucks, stairs, elevators, long carry, and last-minute booking, and no trip or fuel charges. Also no upcharge on weekends, and they do offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome into Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We currently have the Hall of Fame game going on right now on the brick and mortar. Lions Chargers, officially the start of the NFL season. But if you're listening, that means you found the streams already. Facebook, YouTube, X, Owl, Channel 961. All great ways to put a face to the voice. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line still open to you guys. And today, a little bit different. I got not only Jeffrey, but I also got Ellie joining me for the first time on air with Ellie, despite how long you've been working on the ticket now.
I've worked here, started interning here in August. Yeah, I don't know why we've never, this is the first time.
That's kind of nuts.
So,
I can't believe you guys haven't both been on air together.
It's
the night shift. It doesn't always line up for everything.
Happens.
This is probably the latest I've been here.
Yeah, girl,
for
you've been
while.
here all day.
I've been here all day. I took an hour break and walked to the Chipotle and then came back. So that was been my day. And yeah, I'm appreciative to be here. I'm excited to be here. So
absolutely. I'll leave the floor to you guys since I don't normally get to do shows with you. We can go volleyball, WNBA, and we also have Husker football with a lot of Holgerson and Shorts comments from the podium. I'll let you guys pick.
You want to start WNBA, Ellie?
Let's start WNBA because I feel like Holgerson have opinions on.
Yeah,
I cut those today.
Okay, very nice.
Also, respectfully, if you ask Ellie and I what we want to start with, we're probably gonna pick WNBA if you watch us on Sundays at all.
The main thing that I want to talk about through the NBA, it's not even like WNBA. It's just there was a headline that came out on July 28th that a Texas man pleaded guilty to stalking WNBA star Caitlin Clark, and he got 2.5 years in prison. He was a 50-year-old man from Texas, and he was telling the police that he was in a relationship with Caitlin Clark, and then eventually they were.
Oh, he was calling full out relationship.
Yeah, he's like he said, told the officers that he is in an imaginary relationship with Clark, and that he came to watch her for a vacation.
At least he's honest. He did put imaginary, and then I remember I think seeing the court cases, and they bring up the charge, and he right away just says like guilty.
Yeah,
like he doesn't deny it.
It's like there's no how else would he not?
Especially when you do all this stuff online, like you can't really deny it.
No.
Like we have screenshots of you being a criminal, like because I mean most of it was like very explicit and threatening comments, mostly on Twitter, I believe, and then I might be wrong. I believe he showed up to a press conference. Like
there's just been a lot of stalking going on within.
Well, Clark, correct me if I'm wrong. She had that weird interview question,
you know
like
what?
very, very early
That's
on
probably
in her
what
career.
I'm thinking of. Yeah, because that was like, I think she like blows a kiss to her parents, like in the crowd, like at Iowa games and stuff,
that's
which is
what it was.
sweet. And then he was like, "What if you blew a kiss to me?" And she's like, "That's weird," which it is weird. And then the guy just got blasted on Twitter, which
rightfully so. I mean,
yeah, rightfully so. Like, shout out.
Crazy thing to ask a
That's a
professional
great no. Like, that's not. I can't. Like, that was insane. I think that's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, I'm glad these men are getting held accountable for their actions. Like,
and stalking is a universal thing right now. I saw Harper Murray. She posted a TikTok the other day. She had spent, before she went to Big Ten Media Days, she went about 3 days before to meet up with some friends before going to Media Days. And there were 2 guys that were waiting outside of her flight with a bunch of pictures of her and asked her to autograph them, take pictures. She obviously she's a good person. She's not going to say no to that. But in the video, she did say that it was uncomfortable and that they knew she hadn't told anybody her flight number. She hadn't said anything. Like, not a lot of people knew that she was going 3 days before Media Day was happening. And these people, it also happened to Livy Dunn a few weeks ago. These people are tracking their airlines to be able to be the first people to see them.
How are they getting that info on those
that's
flight
what I'm
trackers?
saying. I'm like, I don't know how, like, what inside they have to get that information, but she was just making that video to say, hey, this is really weird. I don't know what we can do about this. Or it also happened to Gabby Thomas. Clearly Harper Murray is really close with some big people. She posted TikToks with some. Who did she post with the other
her
day?
TikTok's huge.
Her TikTok was crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, no way did I think these 2 people were going to collab, if you want to call it, on the TikTok world. But this, like, stalking has always been something where I'm just like, do you feel like that they should just be okay with it because it's part of the territory of just having your name out there?
I think the 1% of weirdos do.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword with social media today because the TikToks are great for Harper Murray exposure. She'll make a lot more money, but there's always bad people out there. And the bigger you are, I mean, it's the same reason why you have so many people that don't like the Cowboys. Cowboys are just the biggest team out there.
Yeah.
So then you're going to have a lot of weird people. It's just unfortunate.
And it's also like, first of all, like, stalking obviously never okay, but like it's even weirder to me when it's like collegiate athletes, because I'm like, these are basically children. Like, Harper Murray is 20, I think.
She's 20, yeah.
Like, these are basically children. Like, obviously it's weird with people like, I know Kelsey Plum had some problems with it, Caitlin Clark, but like they are like they're adults, 24. And like, it's just the younger you get, the weirder it gets. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's like it grosses me out every time I see.
And I know that they try and handle it in a certain way, and I'm glad that they're finally saying something about it, because I feel like it does get just kind of pushed to the side. Like, oh, you have this big name, people are going to. No, if you put yourself in their shoes, how would you feel if you're trying to go on a flight, you haven't told anybody about your flight number, and a bunch of people are swarming around you trying to have you kind of make money off of you, having you sign all of these autographs, and they're going to go and make a lot of money off of what you just signed. And that, to me, that's a little
I don't know what the solution is, though. I mean, you can up the security for a little bit of
Yeah.
time, and then eventually it's like, are we really going to have, 4 security guards around her entire college career? I I don't know. It's unfortunate. I mean, it's just one of those things where you're going to find depravity everywhere. And like, unfortunately, you see that in the WNBA and well, across all college sports. On a brighter note, anything positive going on in WNBA? And because that's just such a tough one. I don't know what the solution is to help out, athletes just being stalked. Because you don't want to tell the athletes, like, don't go on social media ever, because that's like unfair and an unrealistic expectation.
I mean,
but it would solve the problem, but it would ruin that exposure for NIL.
Well, and two things. First of all, I think what's almost more like genuinely laughable about like the specifically the Harper Murray case is like she was on her way to an event where the whole point of it is to talk to Harper Murray and other athletes. Like, there is a very, very easy way to talk to her and get interaction with her without being creepy.
Yeah, there's a normal route.
Go to media days. Like, just go to media days. Don't be weird. Don't track down her flight. You can talk to her in 2-3 days.
Don't be weird.
Yeah. And it's also like, and I really do think the solution is truly just like, bringing attention, holding these people accountable, because, you brought up security guards, but then it's like, if you see someone with 4 security guards around them, you're going to be like, oh, why are there 4 security guards around them? When frankly, I mean, I think, even simply just wearing like a hoodie and sweatpants and kind of hiding your identity on a flight like that may be even more effective than security guards. And so, I mean, it's a case by case scenario. And I think ultimately the best thing is just the fact that these people are being held accountable.
Yeah.
I like that this guy is going to jail. I like that guy that asked Caitlin Clark the weird question got blasted on Twitter. Like, we're seeing much more accountability for these actions, which I think is good.
Yeah. Like, I mean, just for journalism as a whole.
Yeah.
I was reading an article today and it was about Luka Doncic wants LeBron James to retire. And it's like, you read the whole thing and it's not at all like that. It's just the headline to make you think that Luka doesn't like LeBron James.
And he's just the headline because he decided to get buff.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so you just have crazy stuff like that.
I noticed.
Happening all the time. About 5 minutes left here. Positive notes in the WNBA as of late. Because there's so much negative media around the WNBA. Me and Jeffrey have complained about it. We cross-reference the NBA, WNBA all the time. Positive signs in the WNBA that this league's growing, or, just exciting games, players, anything coming up.
The thing that I personally am the most excited about, and I reacted to this prematurely, as you guys saw, Cameron Brink is back. After like 13, 14 months after an ACL tear.
Obviously, she's not going to be the same player that she was right off the bat. She had talked to Jeffrey the other day. She had 1-3, few threes.
Yeah, so her stats from the other night, her first game, only played 14 minutes. 1 for 3 from the field. It was a 3, 2 free throws, 3 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and a block. So, I mean, for Cameron Brink, a subpar night, but if you've been tracking the situation,
for the
like
current
you understand,
Brink, we can be okay with that.
I mean, it's
you're just trying to play a game, stay intact. Who cares what the numbers are?
And I mean, granted, that game did not go well for the Sparks, but I mean, this also, like, they were coming off of a 5-game win streak, so the Sparks had been looking pretty good. They, going into that game, they could think, take a step back. We don't absolutely need her in this exact moment. And I mean, I'm sure she'll, as the season progresses, she gets more playing time, she'll get better and better. But just happy to see her back, frankly. I mean, that was she went down hard last year. I mean, that was a tough injury to watch. And I mean, the number 2 overall pick, one of the best defensive players to come out of college hoops in a long time. It's just nice to see her back.
I 100% agree. And it's just, she's also one of those people that you like her style of play, you like what she brings to the game and the intensity. And I think that's what people just want, an entertaining game. That's what it is. And she brought entertainment to that, which is good. And then we obviously had brought up, I was going to ask you guys how you felt about AI, because we just found out that the Angel Reese quote, she wasn't as not as smart as we thought she was. Like, there's just so much AI.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's also just goes into, that's just the world we're living in now, where AI and I don't truly, you can't tell what's real and what's not real. Some things you're like, okay, that's fake.
I've been duped a few times.
I've been duped.
26, and I'm like, I love my parents to death, and I'm not saying this because I don't think they're bright, but I'm like, how in the hell are you guys going to solve this?
Yeah.
Like, it's unreal what AI is doing. And then, you get the fake quotes because someone's going to
I 100% agree.
Even on
That was
ESPN,
real.
I was reading an article about the Huskers, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure they used AI to write this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we just don't know how.
ChatGPT is so.
Oh my gosh.
Like people be using ChatGPT. We use it correctly. Don't overuse it.
There you
There's
go.
a good way to use it, and there's a. We clearly know that you used it.
Yeah,
and
it's a tool, not your brain.
Exactly.
And I think the thing that's frustrating is, listen, like if you listen to Ellie and I's show, I think people can pick up pretty quickly that we may not be the biggest Angel Reese fans on the planet.
How do you know?
Anyways, but it's also like these players, especially like, I mean, Angel she's a loud player. Like for better or for worse, she's a loud player. And she says a lot of things. If you want to make comments on her, there's enough things that she says. Like, why are you making stuff up? Like, there's enough controversial things that she says on her own volition. There's no need to lie about it. And if you are lying about it, that's going to dampen and weaken the platform that you're trying to go off of, whether that is pushing that you love Angel Reese, pushing that you hate her, whatever you do. Don't make stuff up. It's bad journalism.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Do we feel like that's just how journalism, for the longest time, journalism, you didn't have AI, you didn't have ChatGPT to write all these things. But I feel like now that we're in this generation where it is prevalent, where you're not really getting scolded for using it. It's just as long as you say that you used it for, I helped it to help me with this little quote here and there. That's just the times we live in where I don't think we can stop that. That's just going to be something. That's just a part of journalism now is AI, and I respect the people that want to keep the originality of it.
You know, I guess my thing, and so I worked for some of you. I'm not sure how much you guys know, but I worked for a conglomerate of papers last summer that covered Seward and Saline County, and I got a chance to write a pretty long article about my opinions about AI. And I guess my thing is like, one thing I don't think it's ever going to be able to capture is there is this indescribable life to an article that you read that is written by a real person. And the thing about that I don't think AI is ever going to be able to capture is the fact that you can't really describe how you feel when you notice that like this is written by a real person or this is written by AI, but like it's almost this uncanny valley effect. And there's just,
because it's obviously not going to sound like the way I talk.
It sounds, when you read an AI article, it feels kind of soulless. And people notice that. And I think the other thing that is, I guess, good for people that aren't AI fans is, AI in the current model pulls from other sources. So, creates its model and creates what it makes based off of other things that are online on the internet. And therefore, the more that AI is posted on the internet.
How do you know if that stuff on the internet is true? Because of AI.
Exactly. But that's the thing is, the more AI that's posted on the internet, the more that AI is going to pull from those AI sources. And, Harrison, so it's going to keep, AI is going to keep pulling from more AI. I mean, it's almost like that, that trend going around of, people putting into Chat-GPT, don't change anything about this picture. And then it's just a completely different thing. So the more you pull, the more lifeless it's going to become. And the more you're going to see it, more you're going to notice that it's not real. I know Harrison and I talked about dead internet theory a while ago, and I'm going off on the huge tangent now.
Yeah, that's a whole hour, right?
I mean, yeah, if you can't tell, this is a topic I'm very passionate about. But that's the thing is I think that the short version of what I'm trying to say is people are always going to be able to notice the life versus lifelessness in these articles. And I don't really think that that's ever going to go away.
Let's hope so. Otherwise, you're painting a pretty dystopian era there. Nonetheless,
happens.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to the future.
We'll have to wait and see and find out ourselves. We'll talk some more women's sports on the other side. We got to throw it to our first break here. Again, don't go anywhere. Take a Weeknights. That's Jeffrey, Ellie, and myself, Harrison Arens. Talk to you in a bit.
MHC isn't new, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered. Specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can also handle your commercial moves as well. There's never fees on trucks, stairs, elevators, long carry, and last-minute booking, and no trip or fuel charges. Also no upcharge on weekends, and they do offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2. Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Bros Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text or call me at 402-525-0843. That's 402-525-0843.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage. Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 402-858-3220. That's 402-858-3220. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln. 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska 68508.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in segment number 2. Again, Harrison runs the ones and twos. As always, come Ticket weeknights. You guys are welcome to join in. 402-464-5685. We do got the Hall of Fame game between the Lions Chargers starting up here. But again, if you're listening right now, that means you found the streams Jeffrey, Ellie to my left will pick up on the conversation, not that we had off air, but where we left off on the last break. Not on the last break either. We were talking AI.
Yeah.
Volleyball. Let's dial back into.
Don't go back to AI. I will go on another tangent.
Yeah, you can come in 10 to 12 and talk about AI all you want.
Awesome.
That is all yours.
So where you got volleyball, I guess the biggest thing, how big of a year is this? Me and Tristan talked about it, but it's weird for Husker volleyball because the floor is, what is the floor for a first-year head coach? Not first-year head coach, but first-year head coach at Nebraska, Busboom Kelly. Man, what's the expectations for you? Because it's her first year, but then you look at that roster, and then you look at all the success of the past, and you have a lot of the returning veterans. Like we talked about Harper Murray, obviously Becca Alec, Trovoy's back as well. So you got a lot of great talent coming back. What's her expectation? Like, does she need to, is anything short of, say, Final Four just a huge disappointment?
I mean, Ellie, do you want to take this one or you want me to go?
I think Rebecca Ballick did an interview where everybody was, obviously it's Nebraska volleyball. There's a statement that needs to be made every year that you are one of the top teams within the country. And I think everyone knows that, especially the players. They know that. We don't need to tell them over and over again, hey, there's the standard that you have to hit. They've known that. They know that they have an expectation to be the best.
I think we're the way too early favorite to win it.
Yeah.
For 3 years in a row now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's between.
It's always like that. And we're always set up. You're expected to be the best. And as if you're playing like that, good for you. But we're looking at John Cook took that program by storm. It's a huge thing. But Rebecca Alec did an interview and said, yes, John Cook is gone and there's expectations, but this is new coach.
Right.
This is a new era of Nebraska volleyball. And I feel within the state, we have to embrace that going forward. And I'm excited to see what happens. But we do this every time where we get into these things. It can go either way. You can go into, we could beat Texas in 3 and we could beat Wisconsin in 3 and we could go and lose a reverse sweep.
Well, even that first game's Pitt, right?
Yeah, we play Pitt in Kentucky.
It's
pretty tough early.
Yeah, we got some tough teams early.
Pitt, Stanford, Lipscomb, Kentucky, Wright State, and then Cal, and then Utah, who's decent enough, GCU, and then Creighton, and then Arizona, who is not like, they're a sneaky good team, and then we get into conference schedule, which it's the Big Ten. So, Nebraska, not exactly pulling away. I mean, even their easy opponents, like Wright State, for example, this is a team that knocked off Miami last year. And then Lipscomb, this is still a team that was, in contention for their conference tournament last year. So, even their easy opponents, it's not like they're playing, like a Mississippi Valley State or
and that's
something
why
like that.
I think that I hate when I hate the preseason polls. That's I don't like it just because it focuses less on game by game and more what's going to happen come end of season. When you haven't even started, you haven't even played your first game. I think you should be judging on, you can make that assumption off of the first game. If we're looking into last season, yeah, that was last season. People leave, new people come in, there's new freshmen, there's new transfers. The transfer portal, it goes crazy, and new coaches. There's so many different factors that go into, and this doesn't just relate to volleyball. This relates to every single sport. There's so many different factors to go in it, and nothing is consistent. There's going to be, throughout this season, there's going to be upsets. There's going to be things that we are not prepared for. That makes it entertaining. That makes it fun to watch. And it makes it where at least we know that we can support Nebraska volleyball and they're going to get some wins compared to some other teams. And
you don't have to throw them under the bus. We can just leave it at some other teams.
Some other teams, and we know that these players, because they have that drive, they have the want to be good. We got Andy Jackson. We got
my goat,
the goat.
Oh, I love Andy Jackson. Brick wall, Andy Jackson.
And they're also just this, not just how they're playing, but they've also talked about the off season, what they've done for the game of volleyball, the camps that they're doing. Harper Murray just talked at Media Day how when she was growing up, she didn't have those camps.
Yeah.
That wasn't an opportunity that she had, so that now that she's able to do these camps. She's taking advantage of it. And half the time they're not even there. They don't even want to get there to play volleyball. They just want to be around these people because they look up to them. I remember when I was little playing volleyball, it's crazy because it kind of was a switch that flipped my freshman year, because you look at all these players. Like, me and my sister idolized Kelsey Robinson. Like, she was the GOAT, still is the GOAT in our eyes. We love her. My sister was her for Halloween one
That's
time.
awesome.
It was awesome.
And
we looked up to them. I was as a little girl, but as now I'm that in college. These girls, I'm out of college now. Wow. Oh my gosh. Take a step back. I'm now officially older than all of them. And I'm proud of them more than I look up to them.
Yeah.
Right.
It just is a different way. And I think that just comes with age. And I like the fact that sports change within your mind the more that you grow up and the more you develop and the more they grow around you. And the growth of this program and the growth that we've seen through each player, like, I appreciate that there's a high standard for what's going on within Nebraska. Sorry, that was long.
No, I mean, you cooked with that statement. You did
Thank you
very,
very
very well.
much.
But yeah, I mean, I like a lot of what Nebraska's doing. I mean, Harrison, I know you and I talked about this on Weeknights the other night, but just, I mean, realistically, I think the realistic floor is Elite Eight, for the Huskers. I think the disappointment would be getting bumped in the Sweet 16 or before, maybe the Elite Eight, but it's kind of more of like, if they lose in 3 sets to a team who loses immediately in the Final Four, in the Elite Eight, then be a little disappointed. But, if it's like they take Penn State down to the wire, then Penn State wins the Natty or something, then there's no need to be disappointed.
It's like, what?
Like
that's a good team.
It's also how you lose. And you and I talked about this too. Like, I believe the offense, especially the way that Danny Busby Kelly is going to run this team, is going to be completely different.
Well, it helps we got the help me out Italian hitter.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I'm gonna look
She's
up
like
her name.
6'5". I was watching some videos. I'm like, she looks like a nightmare.
They're just so built different. It's crazy.
And she's just like, I was thinking Busby Kelly. I'm like, that's the perfect player for what I think. Again, we'll see what it really looks like come the start of the season. But I agree with Jeffrey. I think it's gonna be a lot more up tempo, fast. Not so much defensive minded as John Cook. Don't break what's working. And it just kept that system going, especially when you have Lexi Rodriguez, generational talent at that libero position. Like, it made sense to play a more defensive minded game.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the extent of that offense, because we saw it kind of in, who did they play at Devaney? It was the back, Andy Jackson coming from the back row.
Kansas.
That
exhibition game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Kansas.
It was Kansas. Okay,
That was
I knew
nuts.
It started with a K. That was insane. If we can see more of that, and that also within the game of volleyball, that's awesome. If you can just run random plays, we called it shark, we called it dog. Like, they don't know what's happening on the other side. Obviously, you can see it kind of coming, but those plays that just throw you off for a split second, whether that person is coming, you think they're coming up for a quick set, that person's coming up right behind him for a normal 5. Like, it's fun to watch. And it's one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, like, I wish I could, even if you're in the stadium, I wish I could go back and you want to watch the replay on the top of the board. And that, like I said, it's just an entertainment thing. It continues at a higher level. Obviously, John Cook set a standard, but it happens in all sports where it just elevates and elevates. It's happening in all women's sports. And I'm excited to see this fast-paced offense that we can. And I'm excited to see Harper Murray. I think she's going to throw in a new serve.
I cannot wait.
It's going to be epic.
So 2 things. First of all, Virginia Adriano is the name.
Yes.
Officially the tallest person on the Huskers roster.
Okay,
6'5",
she looks like it.
6'5" sophomore. From Turin, Italy. Yeah, she's going to be a threat for a while. And second thing, listen, I'm gonna look at the camera when I say this. Okay, if y'all are listening, if you are a volleyball player, and if I'm a volleyball player and I see Andy Jackson leaping from behind the attacking line, loading up to send that ball into oblivion, I'm making a business decision and I'm moving out of the way.
No,
okay, this is like This is like being a running back and watching 2014 Richard Sherman come at you in open field. Take a knee, go down, make a business decision, move out of the way. Otherwise, it's not going to end up well for you. Just take the loss, admit that the Huskers are going to get the point, move out of the way. Okay, it's over. Just just trust me on this one. Respectfully, just do it. Okay. But yeah, like the pace that the Huskers are going to run with this year is going to be incredible. And I'm going to say it. I love that Kennedy Martin is going to Penn State. I think that they very intentionally recruited her because she is one of the best players in the country. I think they did it to match Nebraska, frankly, because Kennedy Martin is, I mean, being a Mizzou fan, watching her tear the Tigers apart really made me upset. I'm so happy she is out of my conference, but that's a speedy player, and they're going to need someone like that to match the pace that the Huskers are about to bring. And I think that that is going to be a pace that the Big Ten has never seen before.
Talking about, I know we talk about Nebraska a lot, and we know that they're a high contender. Looking at Penn State, and obviously they've got some players that were at Nebraska before, and we're looking at that. What's your thoughts on Penn State, both of you? Like, if we're looking at them, I'm like, okay, are we nervous? Are we?
They lost quite a bit of talent, right?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Jess
they
Merzick,
still have that. Yeah, they still have their
that's about
center.
it.
Okay, so they're pretty well intact then.
Yeah. So just
Caroline Jarovicius.
yeah, they have both the Jarovicius sisters, Jillian Grimes.
One Jarovicius sister. I don't think the one is.
No, they're both back.
I know, but
oh yeah,
one's going to be
Caroline's
contender.
better,
Yeah.
but Ava's, yeah, but I get what you're saying.
My sister played with her.
Huh?
My sister played with Ava. I know Ava very well.
Yeah, and then Marin Collins, Kennedy Martin coming in, Izzy Stark, and then Maggie Mendelson. Sad she left. But yeah, like Jess Merzick, obviously a big loss, but I mean, they just reloaded really well.
Sounds like it's going to be Nebraska and Penn State again.
And that's, I brought this up the other night. In my eyes, especially with, Florida lost their head coach, Creighton lost their head coach, Marquette lost their head coach, Louisville obviously loses their head coach. Like, Wisconsin got rated player-wise. SMU lost a ton of players. A lot of those teams at the top are losing a ton. I think it is Nebraska and Penn State. And the thing that is going to be the determining factor is Penn State, we know what their identity is. They return a lot of players. They just signed their national championship winning coach to a contract extension. We know who Penn State's going to be. They're going to be a brick ball team. They're going to be, classic Big Ten hard defense. Nebraska, while we do think that they are going to be much speedier, it's going to be, how is this going to translate in the Big Ten? How is Danny Busboom-Kelly's style going to work in a Big Ten Husker offense? And I think that if it flows seamlessly and translates perfectly, Huskers are winning the Natty. If it has some growing pains and it's a little bumpy and it may take her 2-3 years to implement it, I'm giving the nod to Penn State.
Fair enough. Real quick before we go to break here, give me a dark horse. We think Nebraska, Penn State, a lot of people's favorites. Is there that third team that no one's talking about now, but come middle of the season, everyone's going to say, watch out?
You talking just Big Ten, or you talking nationally?
All conference nationally. Yeah. Is there a dark horse that you think?
I was trying to think of it. I'm glad you asked that, because I was trying to think of one while he was talking. I'm like, wait, who else? I always want to put Texas up there, but there's just some programs that have that standard.
Will Louisville have a steep drop off?
I don't think it's going to be steep
because they hired within.
Yeah,
so
Dan Meskey is a good coach, but he's also never been a head coach before. I think that this is a team that they're probably step back, losing the Elite Eight, but I don't. They also lose. They lose Anna DeBeer. Yep. They lose a couple other players to the PVF. I think they're going to take a step back. Dark horses for me. Arizona.
I think Pitt.
Oh, you want to go ahead? Pitt.
That's my answer. Go.
I think that's fair. I like Pitt a lot. They get Babcock back, which is huge. It's just, I kind of feel like, I said this to Austin.
And Mallory Meyer, my girl.
Pitt, I've said this, Pitt is to college volleyball what Oregon is to college football. They are always really, really good.
That's such a good analogy.
They can't get there.
Yeah.
For me, dark horses, I really like Arizona State. This was one of the sneakiest 30-win teams last year. Ran through the Big 12. I think just their problem was the Big 12 was the weakest Power 5 conference, and when they got matched up with some really good opponents at the tournament, they folded. Texas A&M I really like. They were a Sweet 16 team last year. I think the SEC is a little bit down. Their offense was one of the sneakiest, best in the country last year, and maybe I'm a little biased here, and by maybe I mean 100%. I like Missouri. Sweet 16 last year, the only team that wasn't in the Elite Eight that beat a top 2 seed, went on the road to do that. They lose a couple star players, but they recruited amazingly. I got to watch some of their exhibition games. The arms on some of their new recruits, Returning senior Janet Demeray is incredible. 2-time SEC Libero of the Year, preseason favorite to win National Libero of the Year, Maya Sands. I love what Missouri is doing. Those are my 3 dark horses.
Fair enough. I figured you'd slide Missouri in there.
Of course.
I
have to.
We were waiting for it.
I have to.
We got to throw at the break, though. Don't go anywhere. We'll have one more segment on the other side. Jeffrey, Harrison, Ellie, all in studio. We'll talk to you guys in just a little bit.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Make bill paying a breeze with Text to Pay. LES texts you 1 week before your bill's due date. Just reply to the text to pay. It's that easy. Log into your account at les.com to sign up today.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
MHC isn't new, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered. Specializing in home, apartments, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can also handle your commercial moves as well. There's never fees on trucks, stairs, elevators, long carry, and last-minute booking, and no trip or fuel charges. Also no upcharge on weekends, and they do offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 488-8934, and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. As always, come Ticket Weeknights. We only got one more segment, just a few minutes left here, talking a lot of women's sports. We'll save Husker football for later tonight. But with that being said, I'm going to ask you guys this. You guys are marketing the NBA, and I like asking Jeffrey this all the time because my blunt opinion is the WNBA has done horrible marketing their own product. I really think they've just constantly shoot themselves in the foot. And just there's certain players, it's like you just embrace them. It's Caitlin Clark. You embrace it. You elevate her. And it doesn't mean you don't care about all the other players. You just take what's there. Same thing with, I could go on. That's a whole rant. I won't go there. One thing, fix the NBA's marketing or an idea. What's something that you guys think the WNBA needs to tweak, whether it's how they're scheduling, marketing, or even a rule change that make it more interesting, even if it's 4 quarters, right? In the WNBA? Yeah. Okay. So they do that like the NBA, which is good. Any changes that you would make to help the WNBA right now?
The big thing for me, marketing wise, is truly just game scheduling. Like, it's bad.
We talked about that. You had some Wednesday.
There were
like
there were 3 games a couple Wednesdays ago that all tipped off at their noon local time on a Wednesday, and one of them was between the Minnesota Lynx and the Phoenix Mercury, the best 2 teams in the league. Like, even if you are a diehard fan, people have jobs. Like, you're not going to be able to go to that. And then it's like, okay, like, perfect example. Tomorrow, there's 5 games, right? 4 of them tip off at 6:30 p.m. So it's going to be that much harder to watch those games. But then the next day, a Saturday, where people don't work and people want to watch basketball, there's 1 game at 2:00. Like,
it just feels like they're really leaning on Fever's games, which is fine. You want to highlight those, but if you make that the only game that you're featuring,
and Caitlin's not even playing,
well, you're just going to be stuck with growing the fan base. Like, you're only highlighting one team, one player, and not even one player. It's Caitlin Clark's been out, but those Fever games I still feel like are on the primetime spots. And the other ones, it's like, I understand it might not be as popular as some of the Fever games, but mix them in there to create that fan base if you actually want to have long-term success with some of these other teams out there.
And my thing too is, like, in a league this small, like, there's only 13 teams. There's no reason that you should be overlapping games. I mean, you could very easily, for a team, if you do, a Saturday, let's say games, you do, 4:30, 6:30, 8:30, do that Saturday and Sunday, and then do, 2 night games during the week, 1/7, 1/9. That gets every team to play 3-4 times, and there's not a single overlap. Like, that's just,
well, they're also not competing with fall sports. Like, they're in a beautiful time. It's not a very long season. Like, you're competing with MLB, which I understand is going to be difficult to do, but you're not competing with a whole lot else during this time. So I don't think the time slot should be super, super hard to come by, as opposed to just slapping them at noon when you have the 2 best teams in your league playing and you just want to bury that.
I think there's a lot of excuses being done. It's like, okay, yes, we see the growth. Yes, these things are happening. Okay, we're seeing it. What are we doing about it?
Yeah.
What's actually being done? And then you're saying, well, blah, blah, blah. We can't get it on this streaming service because this is playing. Well, if you wanted to, if you actually saw what everyone else was seeing within this growth, you would be putting the time into that. You would actually be seeing what was happening. And that's what's frustrating to me, is that you want your organization to be successful. Why aren't you doing anything to help promote the success of your organization?
And the thing is too, I personally think that the WNBA has the best best company-owned streaming services. The WNBA's League Pass, which has 80-90% of the games, it's $35 for the season.
Oh, that's amazing compared to the NBA.
Yeah.
NBA League Pass is, I can't even tell you what it was. I haven't bought it once for a reason.
Yeah.
It's very, very expensive.
And if you're a student, you get 40% off. So it's like, that's doable. I mean, $35, that's easy. And so that's the thing is, for most of those, they'll just tap into local broadcast.
It's $35 for the whole season.
Yeah, for the whole season.
For
it's
the
$35.
League Pass of the NBA, it's $9. It's $10 a month. So.
Oh, $10 a month.
Yeah,
That's
for
cheaper.
only
Cheaper than
$10 a month,
expected.
get hundreds of live games through NBA League Pass.
Huh? I thought it
That's
before
cheaper
it was in a
than
big package. That's a
But
pretty
like,
good deal then.
You know, NFL ticket is crazy expensive.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make is like, you know, most of these broadcasts, you know, because that's where 80% of the games are. They're just tapping into local broadcast. You have complete control over this. You're not competing with ESPN time slots. You're not competing with CBS time slots. You know, you have that for some of your games, but you pick. Like you get to pick when these games go on. So, and it's like, again, like tomorrow, why do we have 4 games on? Like even if I put one on my TV and I dual screen my computer, I'm still going to be missing a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
sounds like a poor person's problem there. Definitely.
yeah,
You just
exactly.
gotta have more TVs.
I just have to have more TVs.
There's people that are dying.
People are dying, Kim.
There's every time you're watching 2 games at a time, I'm like, there's just no, in any sport, there should not be 4 overlapping games.
But yeah,
there's got to be something done where that doesn't happen, because 1 or 2 of those games is not going to get the same amount of love as the others.
Hey, well, exactly. Because I mean, it's like, okay, one of the games tomorrow is the New York Liberty at the Connecticut Sun. Nobody's going to watch that game because also when they played earlier this season, it was the second biggest blowout in league history. New York won by 52. Like, no one's going to watch that game because it's not a good game. And then at the same time, you have Atlanta Phoenix, which is going to be a fantastic game. So like, nobody's going to watch that New York Connecticut game. Like, it's just simply not going to happen. And it's, you know, and then again, it's like, why on Saturday do we have 1 game at 2:00? Like, I mean, seriously, a Saturday, you could very easily do noon, 2, 4, 6, 8. Get 5 games off, good time slots, no overlaps. Almost every team in your league plays on the same day. Boom, easy. I fixed it.
There you go. They should maybe hire you.
Hire me.
Anything
Thank you.
I fixed all the problems.
Anything left to add here on the WNBA?
There definitely
Fix
is,
it.
but
If
we'll
we're
go
gonna-
over.
yeah.
We'll go over time if I keep
I'll
talking.
ask this at the very end here because it might piss you guys off. I'm curious. The Shaquille O'Neal, he always says it. You guys probably heard
Shaquille
it.
O'Neal.
Lower the rim by like 6 inches. This is what he always says. Ludicrous possibility, or where do you guys sit?
I don't really care. I think my more problem with it is if you do that in the WNBA, you're gonna have to figure out how to do that in college. And
Yeah.
it's gonna cost more because you have to get brand new hoops for women's teams. That's gonna be more maintenance because they share arenas with
If
their
it
men's
ain't
team.
broke,
It's just,
don't fix.
yeah.
Don't
I
fix
mean,
it.
I'm sorry you
I
want to see
think everything's-
dunks. Just I don't know. Be Lisa Leslie, I guess.
Yeah. Let's
Fair
start
enough.
working on the vertical.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Appreciate you guys listening. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling here on Ticket Weeknight. Still got the Hall of Fame game going on the airwaves. But as always, follow the streams, Ticket app. We'll have it there for you.